na po yung buko.
Sige lang,
Kaya
hawak lang sa paa, mami.
sabi mo, Lord, tulungan mo ako.
Hawak sa paa,
Pray
mami.
ka,
Sige
Lord,
lang.
help me. Isang iri pa. Isa pa more, please.
Hindi ka pang isa na lang, isa na lang.
Ire.
Sa baby. Oy.
At the age of 33, Marites Goral delivered her sixth baby under unsafe conditions in the wake of killer typhoon Ondoy. Assisted only by a hilot before a team of health workers came to her aid, Marites labored in a cramped evacuation center. A covered basketball court converted into a temporary shelter for families displaced by Ondoy. The site is the last place a woman about to give birth would want to be. The evacuation center is dirty, noisy, and congested. Marites had to be moved to her sister-in-law's shanty nearby.
Mami.
Thank you, Lord.
Tapos
Napa-thank you ka na kay
Diba?
Lord.
Wala na.
The weeks before and after Maritez's delivery were perilous, not only to her, but to almost 5 million Filipinos. On September 26, 2009, Typhoon Ondoy brought the worst recorded rainfall in Metro Manila, with flooding as deep as 20 feet. Less than a week later, Typhoon Pepeng's fury devastated northern Luzon. 9 months pregnant, Marites was at home with her children when Ondoy struck.
Naantay namin parating yung tubig dun sa loob ng bahay namin. Kasi dun sa labas may tubig na. Ayun, nandun lang kami. Tapos hanggang sa lumaki ng lumaki.
The contractions came during the onslaught of Ondoy. With her husband out at work, Marites could only rely on herself to save her kids and salvage some of their belongings.
Walang tumatakbo sa isip ko kundi itataas ko lang talaga itong TV. Pagkatapos ko na itaas, sige, alis na ako kako.
Paano niyo po na-contact si tatay ng mga oras na yun?
Sa cellphone lang po. Na sabi ng asawa ko, lumikas ka na dyan, baka mapapano pa yung bata. Sabi niya, pinagbubuntis mo. Sabi ko, hindi ka ako pwedeng lilikas hanggat di pa na itataas yung mga gamit.
Hindi niyo po naisip yung bata na nasa tiyan niyo?
Wala sa isip ko yun. Hindi ko talaga iniisip yung takot. Ako, pray talaga ako. Sabi ko, Lord, kung talagang itong time na ito na katapusan na, give up na namin.
Marites and her family managed to negotiate the rising flood waters. They settled at the evacuation center put up by the government in Cainta, Rizal. Jean de Mejillo, one of the midwives who assisted Marites, says the conditions at the site are unsuitable for pregnant women.
Siyempre, unang-una yung food, yung pagkain, hindi sapat yung mga nutrients na naibibigay sa kanila. Siyempre, yung maruming kapaligiran at nagkakaroon din po ng mga infection, skin infection. So prone po yung mga ganong mga nanay sa habang merong mga baha na ganyan. Nagkakaroon ng infection. Like for example, yung tetanus sa mother, pag nasugatan sila habang nagsisave sila ng mga gamit nila at ng mga anak nila, at ganoon din sa baby. Karamihan din nagkakaroon ng tinatawag natin na tetanus neonatorium dahil minsan hindi malinis yung instrument na ginamit ng mga nagpapaanak sa komunidad.
The participatory protection assessment undertaken by the Protection Cluster led by UNHCR in November 2009 revealed more disturbing facts about women and children in evacuation centers. Women felt less safe than men. The findings are backed up by cases of rape and child abuse. It notes the inaccessibility of police stations and highlights the women's fear of molestation or sexual harassment, given that rescue teams are mainly composed of men. Around 14,000 pregnant women were exposed to such conditions in the aftermath of Ondoy and Pepeng. Sitting on the Pacific Ring of Fire and in the direct path of seasonal typhoons, the Philippines is prone to natural calamities. The saying that a woman who gives birth has one foot in the grave gains more credence in the country because disaster situations compound the risks that pregnant women already face.
El colectivo de mujeres es un colectivo vulnerable ya de por sí en condiciones normales. En situación de calamidad, este colectivo es todavía más vulnerable por varias razones. Podríamos concretar en el caso de las mujeres embarazadas. En una situación de emergencia, cualquier servicio se ve anulado, en especial los servicios sanitarios. Entonces, aquellas mujeres que están embarazadas requieren de una atención especial y por lo cual entran en un factor de vulnerabilidad bastante alto, ¿no? Lo mismo pasa con los niños, sobre todo con los niños recién nacidos o en los primeros estadios de su vida.
Statistics on maternal mortality are cause for worry.
Our executive director, Thoraya Obed, says, no woman should die giving life. And more than 4,000 women are dying in Philippines every year giving birth.
Aside from risks to health and damage to properties, the UNFPA says disaster situations produce other unwanted consequences.
Again, as a result of nothing to do, nothing to occupy themselves, and a need of being physically closer because you've lost everything. You like to hug a person, comfort a person. So the rate of pregnancy sometimes increases. So supplying family planning commodities so that people can have only the number of children they want to have is very, very essential.
According to UNFPA Representative Sunita Mukherjee, reproductive health may not be as immediate a need as food and shelter, but it is not any less important.
In humanitarian conditions, it gets even less priority because, imagine you are hungry. So you can't be talking to people about using a condom or using contraceptives. You first need to satisfy the hunger. Okay, after hunger someone has an ear pain. You can't be talking about reproductive health to that person. Reproductive health needs are often ignored, but are as or more essential.
Why is it very essential?
Women will continue to deliver, no matter if there's a flood, no matter if there's a fire, no matter if there's a volcano. And in these circumstances where they have neither privacy nor an antiseptic environment, they are likely either to lose their baby or have a continuing disability or die themselves. It's very important that we focus on these pregnant women who need help, who are bringing life to this world.
While other humanitarian groups focused on food distribution after typhoons Ondoy and Pepeng, the UNFPA handed out kits for maternal health and hygiene. There are different types of RH kits that UNFPA provides to women and health service providers.
They include some form of contraception, but primarily they include equipment which helps in safe delivery. It includes also the clean delivery kits, which are very simple, but goes up to kits that can be used by doctors and nurses, so that even if those are not available, deliveries can be safe.
At a medical mission in October 2009, pregnant women also received pails containing supplies as simple as sanitary napkins and toiletries.
You may view it as something not so essential, but really these are also kind of dignity kits,
Para sa ating mga buntis, bagong panganak at saka nagpapasok.
The kits and medical supplies get distributed to pregnant, delivering, and postpartum women through medical missions organized by UNFPA. The missions are conducted in partnership with NGOs such as the Integrated Midwives Association of the Philippines, the Family Planning Organization of the Philippines, and the Samahan ng Mamamayan, Zone 1 Tondo Organization. The NGOs conduct prenatal and postpartum checkups, distribute clean delivery kits and ferrous sulfate, and hold information sessions.
The government infrastructure is burdened. So through some of our partners like NGOs, we conduct medical missions where teams of midwives and nurses link up with doctors and go and examine the pregnant women. Antenatal care, postnatal care is also important, and sometimes also get involved in deliveries if a delivery is taking place.
It was a UNFPA-sponsored medical team that attended to Marites when she was about to give birth. Upon her arrival at the makeshift clinic, midwife Jean de Mejillo saw Marites with the hilot, her counterpart